Welcome to the Youth Voice, a podcast giving young people a voice in politics across the island of Ireland. So today we're joined by the newly elected chair of Alliance Youth, Luke Patterson. So welcome to the show, Luke.
Thanks, Dermot. Great to be here.
So I suppose we'll get straight in as always. Luke, what is your vision, obviously, as the newly elected chair? What's your vision for Alliance Youth, throughout your term?
Yeah, I think Alliance Youth have great potential to be a really strong force in Northern Irish politics and Northern Irish politics in particular. I've been involved in the party for nearly 5 years and in Alliance Youth for the most part. I've been secretary, vice chair, under 18s officer. So I've had a number of roles over the years, and that has given me the experience to hopefully lead us into what is going to be a very exciting year. We've got a assembly election, which is probably going to be one of the most consequential assembly elections in our lifetimes, certainly, if not the lifetimes of the devolved institutions. And that has a real opportunity to have change, the change that the party has been fighting for since our formation in 1970.
And I suppose as well, what separates Alliance Youth from other youth wings? Because we obviously have, quite some substantially large youth wings. You've got the Young Unionists, SCLP Youth, Ograhin Féin. What really separates Alliance Youth from those other groups?
But ultimately, you have to look at the reasons why people join a party. So when we talk about what separates youth wings, we also must look at what separates the party. Alliance, obviously, the leading cross-community party in Northern Ireland. We focus on issues other than the constitutional question. And I think if you look at the work of our ministers, look at Naomi Long, look at when Stephen Farry and David Ford were ministers in the executive, we're really focusing on the issues that matter to people and delivering for people. Alliance Youth, we have people from all across the country. We have a really strong presence now all over the country. People often remark that Alliance is a party that doesn't have any presence west of the Ban. Thankfully, that is changing. It's taken its time, but it is changing. And we've got young people from all backgrounds, from all genders, who are looking to step forward and make their voices heard and deliver a truly inclusive society in Northern Ireland.
And obviously, Alliance has been fairly big on pushing young candidates. We see the likes of Owen Tennyson and Upper Ban. So why should young people join Alliance Youth and even Alliance as a party? Like, why should young people really get involved in politics and really go and join Alliance?
I'll take that into two parts. So first, why join Alliance? Well, Alliance is the Trust Community Party in Northern Ireland. We're pushing for a progressive, liberal agenda and inclusive agenda. We're pro-European, we're positive. If you look at some of our policies, our Green New Deal, which was released a few months ago, is one of the most progressive manifesto papers I think I have ever seen, with properly costed and properly set out ways to tackle the climate emergency. If we also look at the work of our MLAs and MP, let's look at Stephen Farry. Stephen has been leading this fantastic operation in resettling Afghan refugees in Ireland, across the island of Ireland. And this shows the real impact that Alliance has on people, not just in Northern Ireland and consistency, but right around the world. So that's one reason to join Alliance. Why join as a young person? We have great opportunities. You say about the party pushing people for certain roles. I would maybe say that that's just natural in political parties. When we know young people involved in politics are full of talent, full of potential, and have these great ideas to change their community and change the country and the world. And so I think it's only natural that the young people are starting to push for those positions. This upcoming election slate, while not all candidate elections have finished just yet, I do believe that will be the youngest ever slate of candidates the party has stood. And that just is a testament to young people coming forward and standing up for what they believe in. So if you're a young person listening or watching to this and you want to get involved in politics, maybe you're not sure of a party, maybe you're not sure how to get involved, reach out to someone who is involved in politics, who's around your age, because we're more than happy to help.
And I suppose also, why did you join Alliance? You obviously, you've been in politics a long time. You've been involved in youth politics, whether it's as an NYP or, you've been involved in plenty of things. You've been involved in Scouts. But why did you go for Alliance? When there's a lot of different parties out there, and I know that a lot of it will come down to policy, but was there anything that truly brought you towards Alliance that kind of didn't really see from the other parties?
Yeah. So I joined the party in January 2017. So that was just after Martin McGuinness delivered his speech and the institutions collapsed. And I was 14 at the time. And I thought, I was sitting there, I remember trying to do my homework, but sitting this, watching it on BBC News and going, what hope do we have if our politics can't work? And I'd been interested in politics for a few years, but I hadn't really known much about people's parties or people's viewpoints. So I started to look into what the party stood for. And I decided to join Alliance because that, and there's a number of reasons. One is that we are a positive, progressive, cross community party. Um, January 2017 was in the wake of Brexit as well, and Alliance were pushing out papers, pushing out policy proposals that would have limited the impact of Brexit, campaigning for people's vote, but also our Brexit and borders and barriers paper, which was ensuring that there be access across the UK and Ireland. We are fully aware of the consequences of Brexit, and at that time seemed one of only a handful of parties proposing actual solutions. When it came to the upcoming election in 2016, Alliance did not join the executive. I believe that was the right thing to do. We saw what happened when the DUP and Sinn Féin were left to govern by themselves, and that leadership, shown by Naomi and David Ford at the time, showed that Lions weren't scared to take risks. I also believe that we do needed to focus on a progressive liberal agenda. I am not someone who would maybe ideologically prescribe to any political ideology, but I do believe they're focusing on the issues that matter. And also in my local community, we had a fantastic MLA in Anna Loeb previously who had great effect in the local community. Everyone knew Anna and something that Anna had done for them. And then Paula, who succeeded Paula Bradshaw. And Paula has been a fantastic local MLA, and it's been a joy to work with Paula for the last 4.5 years.
And I suppose this is the question that I think any of us in youth politics know. It is the one thing we all dread in interviews, but I'm going to hit you with it anyway because I think I hit Carl Duncan with it as well. So, do you see yourself going into frontline politics? Because obviously you're a talented young man. You know exactly what you want, and you want to make change. It's very clear. So, do you see yourself, whether it's in Westminster, whether it's in Stormont, or as a councillor, or even in the Dáil, like, do you see yourself going into frontline politics?
I mean, I came into politics to help people, to advance the causes in which I believe in. To, as I said, when I joined, it was somewhat out of desperation, but also out of aspiration for Northern Ireland that could be different to the one that we have, Northern Ireland different from the status quo. And I believe the upcoming assembly elections present that opportunity. When it comes to myself in politics, well, like I'm already involved in politics. I wouldn't say that I'm not involved. Um, if an opportunity came up to serve my constituents and to serve a people, I would think about it and consider it. But I mean, look, I'm only 19 years old. I've just turned 19, and there's a very long way to go. So who knows is the honest answer.
Well, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for coming on. As always, to anyone listening, thank you for listening, and you can catch us at Youth Voice NI on Twitter. You can catch us at Youth Voice _NI on Instagram. And as always, you can read our blog at www.youthvoiceni.com. I would always obviously encourage young people to get involved. So anyone that's interested in whether it's getting involved in a party, I can always point you in the right direction for whoever you're looking help with. If you want to get involved in Youth Voice NI, whether it's helping with podcasts, whether it's writing, absolutely, reach out, and I would be more than happy to help out. And if anyone's interested in Alliance Youth, as I did with Carl, I will leave a link down in the description for Alliance Youth so you can make that decision for yourselves. As always, I've been Dermot Hamill, and I'll see you all next time.